Hey, what's up, universe? It is 10:59 a.m. on Monday, May 29th, 2023. I was going through just kind of noodling on some things, and I was reading a book last night by Michael Schneider called The Beginner's Guide to Constructing the Universe, and it's one of my favorite books, and I go to it frequently to get myself in touch with the quality of a number and its philosophical meaning and how we see it in nature and how it shows up in our lives. And there, in this 3D world, is a triplicate, right? There's a beginning, a middle, and an end to everything. And I thought I would demonstrate the reason. What came to me is a visualization, as an illustration of what causes me to do what I do, and a visual representation of some of my philosophies. So I would like to take a moment and demonstrate that in the way that came to me. So here it goes. We start with a point, and this point is our relationship. That means you and me, the person that I had a trigger from, or me and my sons, or it doesn't matter. A relationship to anything, even if they don't quote unquote mix well, everything is in relationship to something else. I'm relating to my chair, the way that I'm sitting in it. I'm relating to this recording through my tone and my speech. And again, with the word relate, what am I bringing back? What is that resource that I'm bringing back to right now? Because that's what the etymology of the word relate is to bring back. So this point represents our relationship. Even if this were oil and water and they don't mix, they're still relating to each other. So this is a relationship. This point right here is the relationship. And then we come out and we're going to draw triangle, because invariably within a relationship, right, there's going to be some type of conflict. There's going to be something that arises that requires those within the relationship to confront something. And so I'm going to put this P1 plus P2 Alright, so that's what this is right here. Now this is going to become P1 and P2. So invariably, within a relationship, there becomes a conflict. Now, I know you can't read that very well, but that's conflict. There we go. Still not written very well. So then, what normally happens, or what typically is seen in this type of dynamic, where you've got person 1 with a certain view, person 2 with a certain view, and then in between them is this conflict. This now becomes the relationship. This now becomes the dividing point. These two are no longer in unity. There's this conflict that exists. And typically what happens is that this person feels like it's against this person. It becomes person 1 versus person 2. When in reality, if for a healthy relationship, what needs to happen is that there needs to be this understanding that each individual is their own triangle. You have the relationship here, right? And then you've got this individual here, and the relationship here, and this individual here. Now, for this relationship to move forward and to meet the conflict, for the relationship to move forward, Not person one, not person two, but for the relationship to move forward. It needs to be understood that it is person one and person two versus the conflict. Here, hold on. So it's person one, person two working together to resolve the conflict. Now you'll see on each side is another triangle, right? This is person one's individual relationship to the conflict, and this is person two's individual relationship to the conflict. And then you can see here on this line, this becomes, what is this person bringing back to the relationship? What is this person bringing back to the conflict? And the same is true with person one. What is person one bringing back to the relationship? What is person one bringing back to the conflict? Now, when person one and person two understand that it is them versus the conflict, then they can work together to create this bridge and transcend and move through the conflict. And then what happens is that another triangle will emerge. And this point right here, this point in the middle becomes the new beginning, like the relationship as it grew through the conflict. So this is the new state. This is the new form of the relationship. And invariably, as life goes, there's going to be something else where it arises. And we're going to have P1 and person 2 again. And I'm going to move this up. And there's going to be another conflict. Now this is messy, I know, but that's life too, right? So once again, person 1 is going to have a view, person 2 is going to have a view, and it's going to create some type of tussle or some type of disagreement or conflict. And again, they're going to have to come back and realize that it is, if they want the relationship to continue, that it is the relationship versus the conflict. And so they're going to have to transcend that again and create a new point. Now, again, you can see here that the relationship stays on a straight line. The relationship remains the point. It remains the center of the entire creation. Now, if you care about your relationship, this is where your focus will be. You'll want to continue the relationship through all of the different types of conflicts that come up. Now, again, what we're going to see is that we could draw a line between this, and then we're going to see the responsibility of person 1 about what are they bringing back. Like this right here, this line right here, is what person 1 is bringing back through each of these experiences. What are they bringing back to themselves? How are they relating to themselves as they go through that experience? Because you're going to see over here on this side, if we kept perpetuating this out, person 1 is always going to be over here. And person 1 is these points. And so this line represents the experience that this person had through this. And what are they bringing back? This line is going to represent that connection, that relationship between this experience, the next experience. And so if this was a traumatic experience and there was neglect or abuse or whatever, something traumatic here, they're going to bring that back, or they have the potential to bring that back, and it's going to be their responsibility to work through and heal that, so that way when they go from here to here, they don't have that same resource, or maybe they do. And that's something that person 2 needs to be aware of, so that way when they come into this line between the two, the original line that was the conflict, they know what they're working with to create the healthy relationship. And this just keeps perpetuating. And then you can see here too that these lines in the middle, the line between this point and this point, what are the two bringing back from their relationship? This is what the two individuals are bringing back, or the group, whatever it may be. This is the resources that the group has, or that the relationship has, to create the new relationship. And then again, what is this individual bringing back? What is this individual bringing back? So that way they could meet here and come to a new point, a resolution, a solution to pierce this and come out to a new form of their relationship. And that's basically what was coming up in my mind. And then, it just keeps perpetuating, right? This form of creation is perpetual and in every single moment. And so this is part of the reason I focus on what I focus on and do what I do. All right, thanks for watching and entertaining my chicken scratches. All right, I love you guys. I'll talk to you later. Bye.